Amy, what I'll do is I'll give you an event. Tell me if it happened in this decade.
Okay.
So it either happened in the decade of the 2010s or not.
Right.
Which, by the way, I was thinking about this. Let's just walk back. The 60s. What was the 60s in your mind? Like, what defined the 60s? Obviously, we weren't alive.
No.
But like the 60s.
So like, no, 70s is more bell bottoms. The 60s, I think of like JFK, Marilyn Monroe.
I think the 60s was like what do you think the 60s was?
Vietnam.
Oh, protest.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 70s though?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that's 70s.
It does blend a bit. 70s was like the hippie stage. The 80s was like, let's just be greedy and get rich stage. The 90s was grunge. Mm-hmm. The 2000s were tech. What in the heck were 2010s?
I don't know. Do we not know it till way later?
I was thinking about that too. Like, do we need to step out? But we do. It is kind of way later.
What about like streaming TV shows?
The streaming era?
Yeah.
Not bad.
We did that a lot.
Not bad. Yeah. I mean, even our show. Like, we're streamed just about as much as we're listened to live now. Like, we have millions of people that listen on the stream that will come in, after the show's over.
Yeah.
As many, almost as many as that listen live. But yeah, maybe it's the streaming era. Mm-hmm. I'll take any suggestions, by the way.
Yeah.
If you want to call us, like, what in the heck were the 2010s? Maybe the era of hatred.
Ooh.
Within.
Oh.
There was a lot of that.
Maybe not hatred, divisiveness.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not a fun decade to be known for.
Yeah, it's not a fun decade, but I'm saying this is like the era when, like, we in America started to not like each other based on where we fell within our own America, which stinks, by the way.
It's crazy.
Gosh, right now I'm watching The Crown and it's taking place in the 60s, but that's the UK, so that's not it's not us. But we did land on the moon, 1969.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, did it happen this decade or not? Are you ready?
Yes.
Instagram launched. Did it happen in this decade or not?
Oh, shoot. I joined in this decade. I don't know if it was out sooner, but I'm going to say this decade.
Instagram launched in this decade.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
October of 2010. The first Instagram post was a photo of South Beach Harbor at Pier 38, posted by Mike Krieger, one of the creators. The planking craze. Remember planking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did it happen this decade?
Yes, it was. Ooh, no. I feel like we planked and we owled. Oh, that was 2000. That wasn't this decade.
It was in this decade.
Oh, shoot.
The planking craze started in May of 2011.
Oh, I thought it was 9. Okay.
It was a fad that involved laying face down in bizarre locations. Mm-hmm. Susan Boyle rose to fame after appearing as a contestant on Britain's Got Talent. Here's a clip of Susan Boyle.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
Not this decade.
2008, not this decade. I think she was again on the greatest hits version of the show last year. I think they brought her back to compete in All Stars. The first iPad came out. This decade or not this decade?
Oh my goodness. Golly, not this decade.
The first iPad came out in this decade, April 2010.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Prince William and Catherine Middleton's wedding. In this decade or not?
This decade.
Yeah, good. Correct. Let's see. Jay Leno leaves.
Oh. Then what happened when he left? Like
Then Conan took it, then Jay took it back.
Man, okay. This decade.
No.
No. Okay. I thought 2010 probably.
I'll give you a couple more here. Rebecca Black's Friday was released. Here's this song.
It's Friday,
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Everybody's looking forward to
This decade or not, Amy?
Not.
Yeah, March 2011, in this decade.
Oh, it was?
It's tough because they're all kind of on the border.
Right.
Michael Jackson died. In this decade or not?
Oh, I think he died in 2010.
He died in 2009.
Of course he did.
There you go.
Well.
Let me go and take a call from Rachel in Tennessee. Rachel, what do you think the 2010s are?
I would say the 2000s are iPhone era. I remember I was in college and I got my first iPhone, So I think that's kind of when it all started, the craze of smartphones.
You know, with Instagram
Maybe.
launching in 2010, that does kind of set us up for the decade of social media.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the two S's, social media and streaming.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
That streaming that's a good point, Eddie.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I think maybe the 2010s are social media and streaming.
Like-
and also sucky people fighting, all S's. It's gotta be all, it's an alliteration. Social media, it's hard to say. Social media, streaming, and sucky people fighting each other all the time. Hey, Rachel, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
Oh, I was just going to say, I just remember distinctly getting in trouble for having MySpace around that time. So I would definitely say social media.
MySpace. I had it. I was definitely into it. But if you're 25, you don't remember
No.
MySpace, really.
Yeah.
Like Morgan number 2 barely had it, right?
Yeah, I had it for maybe a year or two.
And you're 26? Mm-hmm. Let's go over to Eric in Virginia. Eric, you're on the Bobby Bone Show. What's happening with you?
Yeah, I would say the decade of entitlement. I feel like everybody I come in contact with feels like they should have what they want when they want it, and you should bend over backwards to give it to them.
You know, I hear this a lot. I guess I don't run into a lot of people that expect a lot of free things. And maybe it's because of the vibe I give off. I'm not sure. What do you think about this?
I have a friend right now that is our age that owns a business, and the struggle is real with millennial employees, she says. I don't know if that's...
No, that's what he's saying.
Okay.
You can definitely back him up here.
She says it's so hard to find someone they feel like they are entitled to this pay and these hours and this time, and it's hard to keep people.
Maybe, if I can just throw something out there, maybe it's because information is shared a little more freely. And since they know what others are getting and what they should get, they demand it more so than just taking what they blindly should be told. Maybe entitlement's an unfair word. Maybe it's knowledge and people going, you know what, I'm not going to do it if I don't get this.
Well, with it, she sees a lack of work ethic, but I don't know if that's also.
Well, I can tell you we got 3 super millennials here with
Oh, I
Morgan number
agree.
2, Mike D, and Hillary, and they couldn't work harder.
I know. I'm not saying it's on us.
Yeah. I don't disagree with Eric either. I guess because I only hire really hard workers.
That's true.
Let's go to one more. Rachel in Texas. Rachel, you're on the show. What do you think the 2010s, that era is?
I think it was the era of sensitivity. Everybody was offended about everything.
Again, I think
it's
so.
another
too.
S.
But you know where this comes in is maybe people have always been offended. They just weren't able to vocalize it or,
Right.
or to
Social
voice
media,
it on
man.
social
media, yeah.
Right, because maybe people are always like, oh, but when
Right.
you only yell that in your house, nobody can hear you.
Exactly.
How do you know who's sensitive? On Facebook, everybody's butthurt all the time because everybody has a Facebook account.
Boom.
An Instagram account. So I think you're right. I think a lot of this is just being connected and we have information that's out there. But I like that. Streaming, social media, and sensitivity.
Yep.
There you go.
All goes hand in hand.
That's our decade.
Yeah.
We're calling it right now.
Proud of it.
No, we're not.
No.
But we're calling it anyway.
This new decade we're approaching, let's make it different.
Coming up in a half hour, tickets to see Eddie and I, Raging Idiots, in D.C. and Virginia Beach at ragingidiots.com. We're doing 2 more comedy shows. So D.C. and Virginia Beach coming up at top of next hour. So like 30 minutes from now.
Ooh.
So Eastern time zone. Okay, cool. Let's do Dirk Bentley Living. You guys want to hop on a phone, you can. 877-77-Bobby. Love to hear from you. Love to talk to you. 877-77-Bobby. Hey, just a reminder, you can watch our show. So if you were to get online right now and go to either our Facebook or YouTube page, because they're both streaming the same cameras, facebook.com/Bobby Bone Show. You can watch our show. We're in studio right now. I have a knit cap. These things
Everyone can see it.
Well, these things have so many names, and I would call it a toboggan. Growing up in Arkansas,
Really?
this would be a toboggan.
Okay.
Now, to you, it is called
A beanie.
right. To some people, it's called a knit cap. To our Canadian friends, it's called a toque.
Oh,
There are many names for this hat. What do you call it, Eddie?
a beanie.
Morgan number 2?
A beanie.
Oh, well, okay, fancies. But you can see it for yourself if you go to our Facebook page and search Bobby Bone Show. All the cameras are up. I do have an email I'm going to read in a second. It's about buying their son something that they don't think boys should have, and it's controversial within the family. So, yeah, we'll get one of those callers on in a second. After I'll read you the email, we'll get some callers on. So we'll do that. The dance party comes up at the top of the hour, too. So appreciate that. And one other thing, if you go to bobbybones.com, you can get in our Prizeo account. For a $10 donation, you're entered into a raffle. And if you win, we draw you. We'll fly you to Nashville to go to the Raging Idiots $1 Million show. And Brooks and Dunn are going to play with Kane Brown, with us, the Raging Idiots. But you get that picture that Ronnie Dunn took of me. It's signed. It's a whole meet and greet thing. This is a $10 donation at bobbybones.com. You'll see the account. And it's a raffle, and we draw, and then somebody gets the huge strip.
And all the money goes to St. Jude.
All the money goes to St. Jude. That's right. So anyway, all that, I'll get to the email coming up next. Thank you, guys. I guess they're delivering packages way earlier because of Christmas. Because I just got a doorbell alarm on my phone. I was like, who's in my house this early in the morning? And then I checked it. Because a lot of these doorbell cameras now, as soon as there's motion, it just starts recording. It was somebody dropping off a package this early in the morning.
That's early.
Oh, yeah.
It is early. You know what I've seen people doing is they put little baskets out for the delivery people because they are working such longer days.
Yeah.
And those baskets have water and Gatorade and chips and stuff. It's a very nice thing to do.
Snacks.
Yeah. Here's that email. Let's open up the mailbag here on the Bobby Bones Show. Let's open up that mailbag.
Bobby's Mailbag.
I was delaying for Raymundo. I think we had an issue on our board. Here we go. Mailbag. Hey, Bobby Bones. I have an 11-month-old son. Oh, 11-month-old son. I want to buy him a doll for Christmas. I think it would be a good fit for him and would help him identify the parts of the body, such as eyes, ears, nose, etc. Also would encourage him to practice nurturing for later in life, if he has a kid on his own. My husband doesn't want him to have a doll because he's a boy. Boys don't have dolls. What do you think? Your favorite longtime listener. I thought it was an 11-year-old. It's 11-month-old. It does change my thought on this a little bit, though. 11-month-old. Amy, you go first this time.
Okay, well, I have a 9-year-old son, and last year he got an American Girl doll. Boy.
And your husband did not like that.
It's from the American Girl doll line, but it's a boy doll, and it's cute. My son's Haitian, and the doll's black, which is like really special, and he loves dressing it, and he came with headphones and a backpack, and my husband hates it. He hates the doll. And Stevenson likes to travel with the doll sometimes. He wants to take it on an airplane, and my husband's like, absolutely not. Not in public. Not happening. Like, he does not like it. But Stevenson was allowed to have the doll.
But what's the difference, though? Because as a kid, I would collect wrestlers.
Doll.
I had all the wrestlers.
Oh, that would be fine.
And they were like in underwear and with muscles rippling.
That's right.
Why was that okay to people?
Listen.
Like, I could have some dude with all his abs and, you know.
I know. It's just hard to break where, like, this is a stereotype for sure. And my husband will admit it. And he said, it's just hard for me. It's hard for me. I can try. And he tries. He allows the doll. He hasn't like burnt it or thrown it out or given it away. But it was a big deal when we got the doll. And then
what do you recommend to her? 11-month-old son wants a doll. She wants to get him a doll for Christmas.
Yeah, get him a doll. Get him a doll.
Now, if he were 4 or 5 and wanted a doll, I'd say get the kid the doll if he wants the doll.
Right.
I would say if the kid wants, I don't care. You want a doll? As long as it makes you happy, fine. I would say at 11 months old when he doesn't know what he wants, why even get into that battle with a husband or wife?
Oh, wow.
It doesn't matter. The kid doesn't want that. If the kid
She
wanted...
said it could like teach it how to take
Eddie,
care.
11-month-old, is he going to teach about the
Well, as
anatomy?
he
No,
grows
and
up.
you're right. She wants
She wants
to
the
get
doll.
the kid the doll.
Yes, that's where I fall on this a bit different. I think if a boy or a girl wants a doll, get him a doll. He's 11 months old.
Well, she should address it now just so they get the fighting out of the way while the 11-month-old doesn't know what's going on.
That's a funny thing.
So, I mean, I say get the doll.
My advice would be, let's see how much it bothers your husband. If it really bothers him, you could probably punt this a little bit and give him a victory and you take another victory somewhere else. I'm big on negotiation all the time. I don't think you have to get the kid the doll now if the kid doesn't want the doll. If it's about you, because it seems like it's about her, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Amy.
I mean, she wants her
the
to
kid baby's
keep it up.
11 months old.
But okay, you're right. I get 11 months old. Doesn't really matter. She could get a dog and it could still learn eyes, ears, nose.
That's true.
So do that maybe, but I'm fine with the doll.
You say get the baby the doll.
Get the doll.
I say no need to get the doll right now. If the baby wants a doll, then get the baby the doll. But right now, 11-month-old doesn't know what he wants. So,
But down the line, you do agree that we have to address this issue?
I want a Barbie. I don't really.
You do
But
right
no,
now?
no, I don't. I'm saying if that's not a thing to me, I love it. Whatever makes a kid happy. The kid doesn't even know what the kid wants right now.
Oh, I don't even know what my
You're
husband
going to
would
get in
do.
a fight over getting the kid something the kid doesn't even know what the kid wants. Just have peace for the
She
holidays.
probably just finds it annoying that her husband's not okay with her getting her son a doll.
Well, send the husband to therapy. We can do that. That's both of our advice.
Yeah.
Amy says get the doll and have the fight. I say don't get the doll right now. Don't have the fight.
I don't know that we helped her just now.
We don't have to. Eddie, final
What?
vote. You can be the third vote here.
Yeah, don't get the doll.
Oh my gosh.
Don't get the doll.
Okay.
Because.
Well,
Okay, so you say it differently. I'm not on your side.
Eddie, because
I'm
Eddie
just-
doesn't want you don't want kids to have a doll.
No, and mine is more like, he doesn't want it now. If he wants it later, that's another discussion, sure. Which
What
I
if
wouldn't
your
let.
11-year-old son right
No,
now
no
wanted
doll.
a doll?
No
Okay.
What
doll.
about, listen, this is not a boy, to me, this is not an issue about a
Right.
boy wanting a girl toy. This is about a baby not knowing what he wants and keeping two parents from fighting. If a boy wants a My Buddy doll or wants a Barbie, good. Give it to him. This is not about that, guys. Don't put me in that corner.
Well,
No,
Eddie's in that corner, and he's who's teaming up with you.
By the way, I was watching the movies that made us on Netflix, and I watched Dirty Dancing.
Me too.
Oh, you saw Dirty Dancing?
Yeah, it
Okay.
was so good.
Speaking of corners, I said don't put me in that corner. Did you know Baby wasn't really in a corner when they said nobody puts Baby in a corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was at a pillar. It wasn't even really a corner of the room.
And Patrick Swayze, when they told him that was his line, he said, "This is the dumbest line. I don't even want to say it." And he was fighting them on it. And now he said years later he came back and said, "Well, probably one of the most famous lines from a movie. So
Yeah.
thank you for that."
And Patrick Swayze didn't want to dance in the movie. He had tons of dance experience. He was a trained dancer, but he had hurt his knee so bad when he was younger, he put on his resumes no dance experience. So they would never put him for anything with dance experience. But his
Wow.
mom was a dance instructor, had a dance in
Like one of the
Texas,
best in Texas.
and they were like, "Come on, dude!" And so he did it. It's
Have
great.
you ever seen the movie?
No, but I watched the movies that made us.
Bobby, you have to watch this movie now. That's homework.
Yeah, dude, you have to watch
I'm
it.
not watching it.
It's-
I got
it's
too many
so
things to watch.
good,
I got the
Bones.
Crown. I have the Crown to watch. I'm in that.
That's good too.
I have Marvelous Miss Maisel.
No. You need
You
to
could
watch
pause
Dirty
that.
Dancing before that.
Jessica, you're on the air in Texas. Let me grab this call from Jessica. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Hey, what's happening?
Good morning, studio.
Morning.
I was just giving a call because I'm a speech pathologist and I have a private practice here in Houston. And we work with kids from 6-month-olds to all the way up to teenagers. And we use baby dolls in our practice all the time. It helps build social skills. It helps build empathy and compassion, not only identifying body parts, but it teaches kids in a non-confrontational way how to take care of another human. So it teaches really that human aspect, not to mention the language it builds. So I think it's a great idea, referring to the mailbag question.
Well, let me ask you this. If the parents were going to fight over it and it's 11-month-old, is it worth it?
So my fiance and I, whenever we have a fight, we both do our own research on it and then bring it to each other.
I
So that's
love that
something I
fighting
would
method.
recommend.
Wow.
Let me stop you for a second because
Bobby
I'm
wants
so
to
turned
date
on
you
right
now.
now. I'm so turned on by this fighting method. Okay, we're going to go to our corners, log on, get our encyclopedias, and come back and present our. Oh,
You write a report.
This is amazing. Go ahead.
Well, we're both educated, so we know that just screaming at each other is not going to fix anything. So if we have a difference of opinion on anything, we'll just say, okay, well, show me some research that backs that, or what do you think, or take the day to think about that and get back to me. So that's something I would recommend for the parents to do, is do your own research and see. I know men oftentimes have difficulties with dolls and saying, oh, that's for a girl, but my main recommendation, like I said, is do some research. ASHA, which is ASHA, is the American Speech and Hearing Association. They will have lots of information about language development and how dolls can play a part in that as well.
Well, thank you very much for your call and your time and the new technique I'm going to use in my next relationship. Oh, yeah? Research it.
You don't even get confrontational like that.
I don't, never. I know, I don't get, but it'd be fun though.
Yeah.
I've been more like, okay, research it. I'll come back in 3 hours.
No, you just send
I'll
a
just text it to them.
Yeah.
Oh, got me. That's a good one.
I knew you before.
Dang it. Got me. Okay, hey, thank you for the call, Jessica. Have a good day.
Yes, you too. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Someone said you can take your stuffed animal and teach them body parts.
Perfect.
That's why I said
Anyway.
a dog.
Yeah,
but
bear.
whatever.
All I'm saying is I don't think it's worth the fight as the parents right now. Have this fight when he's 2 or 3. That's all.
Yeah,
No, when you have
to have the
fights.
fight.
No, when you have fights when your kids know that you're fighting,
Yeah, it's
then your son comes downstairs and says, "Mom, why are you and Dad yelling at each other?"
Is that what happens with you? Amy's like, so I've heard your Haitian son comes downstairs. It's funny. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. I want to talk about a couple things here that I think could help our listeners just as a reminder. First is the flu season happening right now. They are saying right now that it's the most active early flu season in 15 years. You know, they put those maps up and they show you where people reported being sick by the flu.
Yeah.
That it's just hit hard right now. And here's what I'm going to say. Not even about the flu shot, because some people, the nutties, just don't believe in it. I also don't believe that it works every time, but I believe in the idea of it, and they're guessing. We've talked to doctors. Like, they're guessing what the next big flu strain is going to be, so they make it in a shot, and it's like predicting
The weather.
or the stock. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Like, you do your best. So, but I am a flu shot person. Like I said, I get one every Tuesday.
He's joking.
You serious?
Yes, that's the thing. People don't know. I'm a flu shot person, but okay. So let's say you don't get the flu shot. Either you don't believe in it, or you don't want to go get it. Okay, wash your hands all the time. Like, really, and I'm a big, like, I have an app that it's called Streaks that I wrote about in my last book that reminds me to do a certain amount of things once a week, once a day. I try, and every time you hit it, you get a point. And it's like, how long can you keep the streak going? Wash your hands 3 times a day. Put in like the Streaks app. Like, you got to get 3 hand washes in. Just do something little, because it takes no time. It's just you actually remembering to do it. I don't touch door handles or doorknobs. I put the sleeves over them all the time. Airplanes are the worst for me. Whoa. But this is a friendly recommendation here from your friend Bobby that wash your hands. I think it's the most basic elementary thing you can do. Hot water or wash your hands.
And then don't touch your face.
If you don't wash your hands, don't touch your face or touch anything else. Just sit in a room with your hands on your hands. So yeah, the flu season is really bad. And then I also want to talk about this 4 gift rule so we could save our listeners a bunch of money for the holidays. Are you familiar with the 4 gift rule?
I'm not.
Well, so it's mostly not to buy a bunch of unneeded things for people, especially if you're a parent. The 4 gift rule is where you tell your kids, Amy, okay, we're going to get 4 presents. And you get to pick them, but it's like 1 thing you want, 1 thing you need, 1 thing you wear, 1 thing you read.
Okay, that I'm familiar with. I didn't realize it was called the 4 gift rule, but yes.
If you've got kids and you want to save time and money, it's the 4 gift. They still feel like they're getting 4 gifts and they get to like be a part of the process. 1 thing you want. Ooh. 1 thing you need. Yeah, I'll make noises for all of them. 1 thing you wear, 1 thing you'll read. What's the communication with your kids now about Christmas?
Just like what they want.
Well, just what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, we're waking up Christmas morning and we're going to open up presents.
But do they get to ask for anything? Like, what are the rules?
Yeah, they've circled, like we have a Target catalog and they've circled things that they want. And Sashira just decided too, she wants a mini fridge in her room.
Interesting.
That's not happening.
She
but
wants a keg?
She said
A kegerator?
she told me she doesn't want to have to leave her room if she wants drinks or snacks. And I was like, oh, well, look at you, princess. Not happening.
But why?
Why would I get her a mini fridge for her room?
Because she wants it. If it's not the expense thing, but she's 12. She's almost a teenager. You know, teenagers like to have like their own little den.
Oh, am I not being cool?
I don't think it's a cool thing.
Because I have extra mini fridge that is like in our on our patio.
I
could
don't
just
think
put
it would
in
actually
room.
keep her in her room much more, but I think it would give her a sense of you're giving her the freedom if she wants to stay in her room.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think she's just going to never come out of her room. She has to go to the bathroom.
You're like the cool dad that's not really a dad, you know?
I'm not that cool.
Well, you always have the cool advice. I was like, shoot, am I lame?
You're loving, not lame. Cops are hunting for a psychic who has disappeared after scamming clients. So what happens is the psychic comes and goes, all right, I'm going to help you. Give me some money. And then they give them the money, and then the psychic leaves, and then they don't get anything from it. That's why I don't trust psychics.
That's why.
The cops hunt for the psychic, 29, who promised to take their cash and then bless it and then double the amount. Wow, some of them as much as $100,000.
Whoa.
I just feel bad for these people because they don't know any better.
Yeah, they don't.
I don't even think it's dumb people, or risky people. I think it's people who just don't know. You can't be mad at people who don't know. It made me think about Amy's cousin, who's a psychic, who came on the show and made it. Which, by the way, I gave her so much money that I didn't tell you about.
No, you didn't.
But she did make a couple predictions. Do we have predictions from her?
Yeah, it's you asking her you're going to get a girlfriend.
Okay, here we go. This is me. By the way, we did this way early in the year. And I thought for sure I'm going to get a girlfriend. I mean, I got a whole year in front of me. This is like March of 2019. And so I asked Amy's cousin, who's a psychic, finger quotes.
Right. Yeah, sure.
I do finger quotes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to. I feel bad because I care about her and I don't want to doubt her talent. But I mean, I'm not into it. But
Okay.
but I love her.
Right. So here we go. Here's her prediction. Am I ever going to get a girlfriend? How about this year? Am I going to get a girlfriend this year?
No.
What? Wow. Okay. Fair enough.
No, you're not, because this year is more about you, and it's about you in this very holistic, like this greater you, and so you're recalibrating some things. So it's like a girlfriend kind of comes into next year and closer to maybe 2021.
What is happening right
Maybe
now?
next year, more so next year though.
Well,
Wow.
I got to say.
And you are like in therapy, and it has been a great year for you, you-wise.
Bold prediction by her, and you know what? True.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because ain't no way I'm getting a girlfriend before January 1st.
I didn't remember what she said. I thought maybe she said, yes, you're going to have a girlfriend.
Here's a question: if I'm going to have my first drink of alcohol this year, will I ever have a drink of alcohol?
Probably not. You're too much of a control freak.
Interesting. Okay, so no.
I nailed that one.
No. Okay, but she's right on with those.
It's crazy.
I know. I mean, what's it like having a psychic in the family?
It's been interesting because she has told me that she's talked to my mom. I guess that's like a psychic medium or something. Because if you communicate with,
because your mom isn't here anymore,
yes.
and
So
you
after-
want to talk to your mom,
And she has said that she's talked to my mom a couple of times since my mom passed away, and maybe even more because I don't always talk to her. And then my aunt, who's her mom, she believes her daughter and everything, and says it's real special, and I need to call and talk to her more about it because she can talk to my mom for me if I want her to.
So it's a weird thing because I'm thinking my mom's not here either. I'm thinking about if someone said, "Hey, I can talk to your mom," I wouldn't believe it, but I would go, "But what if they can?"
I know. She told me something about like a smell that my mom wanted me to know, like some lotion my mom used to always put on, and my sister and I have been racking our brain. I'm like, that's just not registering with us. But then the other day, I was actually getting something out of my drawer, and I thought about the conversation she said she had with my mom because I was pulling out lotion and putting it on my leg, and I had a vision of my mom doing the same exact thing. And so maybe it was that. I don't know, but she has different things that she says my mom, like, and smells, and she's very in tune with whatever's happening with my mom on the other side.
Right. And you want to go, that's crazy, but then you want to go, but what if?
Wow.
I know. And it's also your fan. I know. Tough. Well,
yeah,
she
'cause I
nailed,
hear about
she
her.
nailed my predictions
Yeah,
this
so
year.
far.
So far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe we get her back on early next year. Did any of our listeners call her for psychic advice
I don't
after
know. I'll have to ask her. Because, yes, she does phone reach. That's what she does. She just does it over the phone.
that? She's not the one in the story that got $100,000, said she'd bless it, and then ran away. Is she?
No, like she has written a book. It's on Amazon. I'm like, wow. I mean, she's definitely into it. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have after Christmas.
Okay.
We'll come back and we'll get her on after the whole because we're here next week and then we're done.
Yeah.
Until we come back, which is after the new year. So after we come back, we'll get her on for a 2020 review.
Yes.
Okay.
Psychic review. Speaking of Christmas, if you haven't heard this and you're still looking for Christmas music to put in your Christmas playlist, let me recommend the new Christmas song from Bobby Bones and the Raging Idiots. You can download it on iTunes. You can stream it. This is called Elf on the Shelf. It's a little ditty for all you parents out there. Here you go. The Raging Idiots, Elf on the Shelf, Bobby Bones Show. Every morning in December, me and my family, we get an unexpected visit from a little man in red and green. And when it comes to making messes, he don't need no help. I wish the elf on the shelf would elf himself. You might find him on the kitchen floor covered in flour, hiding in the dog food bowl, playing a game of sorry, making out with Barbie, or rolling out a toilet paper roll. Oh, I know the children love him, but speaking for myself, I wish the elf on the shelf would elf himself. You might find him in a bubble bath scrubbing with a loofah, swinging on a ceiling fan, building snowmen in the freezer, listening to Weezer, or maybe someday in the garbage can. and he'll go back to the North Pole. But for my mental health, I wish the elf on the shelf would elf himself. I wish the elf on the shelf would go elf himself. Merry Christmas, everybody! Ho, ho, ho! There you go. A little Christmas ditty for you from the Raging Idiots. By the way, we're on sale now in D.C. and Virginia Beach if you guys want to get tickets for January. RagingIdiots.com. Appreciate that. I got a couple segments that we can get into here, Amy. You tell me which one you'd like to do.
Sure.
A guy quits his job by performing a song for his manager in Starbucks. Like, he's like, all right, I'm here with a song and I'm quitting.
I'm out.
Awesome.
It's like I netted a mood setter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we can get a concert review from Morgan number 2 who went to Luke Combs last night and where she puts it in her top concerts of all time.
Oh, wow. Oh, I saw on Instagram some amazing things went down. So I guess, can we do both?
You pick.
No!
You want to do the Starbucks song,
I do,
don't you?
but I don't want to not get a review of Luke Combs.
Okay, we'll see if we can fit that in there too. We'll do this guy goes into Starbucks and quits with a song.
It's awesome.
And someone got it on their phone. I'll play you that coming up next. I'm going to play this clip. This guy goes into Starbucks and quits his job, but he walks in with a guitar and says, "Oh, everybody, I have a song for you." And so here you go. Tell me what you think about
Hello, everybody. Can I get your attention super quick for 1 second? I've been working here for a few years, and it's been so nice to work here. My lovely coworkers, see all your lovely faces every single day. And I have a song for my manager, but I also hope you enjoy it. Dear manager, I've been working here for so long. I've got something that I want to tell you, so I thought I would say it in a song. This I quit. This place I quit. I don't want to work for someone who treats their employees like I found a way better job. Today was my last day. I know I've got like 10 more shifts to work, but I'm not gonna show up to them anyway.
There he goes.
Wow.
That's gutsy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not my style.
No.
I laugh, but it's just not my style. It makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. And it's also like, hey, just go and quit and what are you going to get from that? Like, what's the long-term play here? That you get a short-term high from telling a boss that you don't agree with how he stinks?
Yeah.
What about what's going on in his life?
I know.
Or her
I
life?
feel bad for whoever the manager is, but maybe if they do treat their employees a certain way, it'll make them rethink.
Yeah. But again, why would you I
know.
get it.
I wouldn't do it,
In
no.
a quick way, it feels good. Like, I'll show them. I'm also just not a big revenge guy in general either. Let me just move on with my life and focus on me and try to make me a better person rather than sticking it to somebody. I've also in my life, like as a general rule, because for a lot of my life, I've been like, I'm going to show people who told me I could never make it. Sure, I come from not the best family. Sure, I come from an area where people don't give us a lot of credit. Small rural town in a very southern state. And I was always like, I'll show people. But now it's like, you know what I'm going to show? I'm going to show the people that believed in me that I can do it more so than the people that didn't, that I can't. Like, I have transitioned in that way so much in the past probably 2 to 3 years. I had a major chip on my shoulder for much of my life because I was always told you can't do it. You have an accent. You can't be a broadcaster. You're from Arkansas. You didn't go to a fancy school. You'll never make it on a big level. But now it's like, instead of showing them over and over the middle finger, I want to show the people that did believe in me, the few, that they were right. And then I want to believe in people. And I know this is a much bigger part of that small picture. And I did laugh. By the way,
Yeah.
pretty funny.
It's funny.
Just not my style. And I would encourage you not to make that your style. Pretty funny. And now listen, if the boss was in on it, like, let's make a viral video. Okay, I don't think he was though.
No, it doesn't sound like
I don't
it.
think
I don't
so.
think it
He or
was.
she, I don't know.
If you were the boss, would you let him finish the song? You just sit there? Like, how do you react to that?
I wouldn't, because there are people in the restaurant that's having to hear the F word.
Yeah.
Because there are people in that Starbucks sitting trying to have
Oh,
coffee.
yeah.
and
I didn't
you know.
think
They don't
about
want all
Did he
that.
make sure there wasn't kids there?
I think he just walked in and played a song.
Oh.
Yikes.
Again, I'm not going to say I didn't laugh because I would be a hypocrite. And I brought it on the show to share because it's funny. But just not my style. And I hope it's not yours out there. I do. I hope it's not yours. Let's play Sam Hunt, Body Like a Back Road. Hey, hop on. What do you want to say? We got you. 877-77-BOBBY. Call us. We'd love to talk to you.
cares about